Hi guys, so I've decided to make a video on editing handling files real time in Grand Theft Auto 5. So I've got personally I got into modding just quite recently, probably in the last couple of weeks, um, and along with the skins, I kind of would like more handling files than that's available. There are some people who dedicate quite a lot of time into developing really good handling files for like the LaFerrari and the P1. But for the rest of them, there's not many. So I've sort of decided that I want to start making my own edits. But actually editing a handling file is quite difficult if you have to edit it and then load into the game, edit it in the software that we'll talk about later, and then load into game, decide that it's not that good, close the game, change the details, go back in again. It's a bit of a bit of a strain, a bit of I don't know what the word is, but it's not very good. So we want to edit these details real time, and edit them as we see fit, and still be able to play the game. And there's a couple of mods and pieces of software that will allow us to do that. So this video is intended really for the intermediate, I guess. It's not really for the immediate beginner. Um, if there are parts of the video that are a little bit confusing, there will be other things out there that will explain how to install them and relevant paths for it. But I'll try my best to cover as much as I can. So the first thing that we need to speak about is OpenIV. This is pretty much bread and butter for the modding of GTA 5. So we're talking from a Windows perspective. I don't do consoles, I'm afraid. So just if this is a fresh install for you, you'll need to go to ASI Manager and make sure these plugins are installed. And once they are installed, in the mods folder you'll need to drag the update folder into there, if it's a fresh install, of course. Once you've got that, you'll need RealTime Handling Editor. You can get that from GTA 5 mods. I'll put the links actually in the description, but I'll just show you anyway. Real-time handling. Real-time handling editor. And we'll actually need another software called Handling Editor, which is just a user interface, makes it a lot easier to edit the pieces of handling descriptor, whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean. And the next thing is, the last thing is Notepad++. We do like this. We like this. Notepad++ is brilliant for sort of like the real-time changing in files, related files. It will update as things change. You should always be using Notepad++ with amendments in other files, because it will keep them all up to date for you. Okay, so I do have to refer to references because my brain's rubbish. Right, so yeah, the first thing that we want to do then, we want to be in game. Oh, actually, sorry. There's another piece of software we need, which is Enhanced Native Trainer, or just any native trainer really. But I prefer Enhanced Native Trainer version 32. There's a 28 that's used more, but I use 32. And default key to bring this up is F4. you want to go to vehicle, spawn a vehicle, enter the name, and I'm going to use a Sabre GT. Hit enter and you'll spawn into it or just behind it and then hop in the car. I'm already in one. So as you can see, my handling in this car is probably way different than what yours might be already, because I do have a fully modified handling file. Modified file, sorry, that's actually I can pop that in the description as well, I suppose. But it's nothing special. It's just to overhaul the overall handling of the game, because obviously, you know, you can't. It's nothing like driving in real life is the default. So anyway, what we need to do, we need to grab the information from this car to understand what we're going to edit. So there's 3 keys that we need to use for the real-time handling editor. O on the keyboard, O is for read, to tell me what the actual file is. So if we press O, it'll say that we have now loaded the file for this car, but now we need to log it, so that's L. So O and then L. And what we need to do, we need to go to Notepad++, and we need to open our GTA directory and go down to the log. And actually, sorry, I'm going to just save the log as blank, and I'm going to do that again, O and L, and this will show you. This wants me to reload this because the file has changed, it's modified. So I'm going to press yes, and now this is the actual handling file for this car. So we know it's a Sabre GT handling ID. That's what that is. It's the handling ID that we need. People being loud outside. Okay. So what we need to do, we need to go into our mods folder, update, common, data, and handling matter. And we just need to extract that. So if you just put it on your desktop. Okay. And what we'll do is we'll open that up. Open that up. Shift F, Sabre GT, or whatever car you're doing. And what we want to do, we want to grab this bit. So from the cut item, so you can see Sabre GT here, it's just the line above it from the cut item, and then the line above the cut item for the shafter 2, or whatever, you know what I mean. So up to the cut item, sorry. I balls that up. Let me start again. So from item type, see handling data just above the Sabre GT line, and then down to the cut item, which is there. Copy that, close it, go to your GTA directory, go to the meta file, RT handling editor meta, paste it in there, save it, close, and now we're going to open up another piece of software that we downloaded earlier, which is the GTA 5 handling editor. Mine's in my GTA mods folder, tools, GT5 handling editor. Now, like I said, this is just a user interface. It's not necessarily important. It just makes it a little bit easier. And we're going to be opening up the meta file in here. So if you go to RT handling editor meta file, which is in your GTA directory, and now we've got the Sabre GT plugged in here. This is obviously just for this car. If you was to do, if you wanted to edit one single unit for the entire cars, all the cars in the game, if you just go to handling editor and go to your desktop or wherever you've saved your handling meta file that we dragged over a sec ago, and plug that in, this will load up the entire car system. Use the back and forward keys, arrows, to go to different cars. And if you want to change a whole unit, just right click rather than left click. Left click is for just this particular vehicle. Right click is for the entire lot. Okay, so we're not going to be doing that though. We're just focusing on one car. We wanna edit the Sabre GT. Open up RT handling editor meta. So what we'll do is we won't go mad and change everything. We'll just change a couple of units just to sort of identify a change. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll change the mass to 1850. The points on the end, the zeros on the end, I'm not 100% sure if they're necessary. I just put them back on because they are on there by default. And we'll change the speed. That's 188 miles an hour, or possibly kilometers an hour. I'm not sure, but we'll just pop it up to 190, and then put the zeros back on the end. So our two changes we made is 1 kilogram less and 2 miles per hour more. So if you press B for build or save or whatever you want to call it, so with B we build, sorry, and then we're just going to overwrite the meta file, the RT handling meta file. Save that and then press yes. Okay. And then what we need to do, we need to go back into game and we need to load that meta file into this car. So we're going to press K and it will say at the bottom RT handling editor Sabre GT. Now if you want to see if this car is actively using those changes, just press O and L again, go to Notepad++, and if you just go to the bottom and scroll up, you can actually identify a different entry by looking at the spacing. I'm going to get interrupted in a minute because my dad's shouting up for food. Won't be a second! Sorry. Won't be a second. Making a video, Dad. Just give me a minute, please. Okay, so the changes on here then. So if we look at the differences, 1851 and the miles per hour was 188, and now as you can see in the changes below is 1,850 kilograms to 190 miles an hour. They're the stats that this car is actively using, but it's only using it through the meta file, not through the official handling file that's in our games directory. So what we need to do now, we need to, if you're happy with this, so like I said, this is using 190 miles an hour. Let's have a look at the brake force. This car is terrible at braking. So let's just let's take a gander at, see if we can change some stuff. What did I just say? Oh yeah, brake force, right. So at the moment it's 2-1. So if we just change that up to maybe 0.9 and then 5 zeros on the end of that. I don't know what the stock was, but it's okay. I'm happy with that. Build, overwrite the meta file. There. Yes, I want to replace it. And then just press K to load it in. Let's just try it. Let's just see if my braking's got any better, because before it was like trying to a little bit better. Could be way better than that. Before it was impossible to stop this thing. It was literally like a lead balloon, just wouldn't stop. So let me just try one more time. I can always, yeah, that's much better. So actually changing that value there has drastically improved my braking. Not sure what the stock value is now, but it doesn't matter. I'm not too fussed. So what we will do, because I'm happy with that, I'm going to close my game. And all we need to do, you can close that, you can close all this stuff. You don't need all this stuff open. Just need to go back to our GTA directory, go to the meta file, the handling meta file, and we need to grab this now. Because we're keeping it, we're happy. You know, you can see the changes there. 1850. The speed of the car is now 190. The brake force that I just changed a sec ago is now 0.9. So there's quite a few changes that I've made there. So all we're going to do, we're going to reopen up the handling meta that we dragged to our desktop earlier. Shift F for Sabre GT. And we're going to replace it. So we'll drag down from the item type C handling down to the closed item, Shift V, and that's it. Save that. And all we need to do now is open OpenIV again. Mods, update, common, data, enable edit mode, and just drag that handling back in there. So it's automatically saved, you don't need to worry. Whatever you drag in, drags in. I was a little bit like, but has it really dragged it in? Shall I do it again? But you don't need to, honestly. It's a good program. Whoever's made it's made it very well, so we're good. So we'll boot back into GTA, and we will identify the change. So what we want to do, actually, this isn't what you don't need to do anything now. You've finished, but just to show that there has been a change, I'm gonna open OpenIV again. I shouldn't have closed it. Sorry, I do this all the time. I always close stuff. I shouldn't really. Mods, update, common, data. Drag the handling back onto the desktop. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put this into the meta file in the game directory, and what that's going to do, that is confirming that there is no longer any link to the Sabre GT. The Sabre GT is now completely off my list. Hold on, I've copied too many things of it. Yeah. There is nothing else. Now there's something called an air tug is now in my meta file. Okay, so if we save that and close it, there is nothing linking the Sabre GT to the tools that's going to give us the real-time editing ability. So what we're hoping for is when I do the log, we're hoping that it's 1850 kilograms, it's 190 miles an hour, and I got a brake force of 0.9. If that's reality, then the change is successful. Okay, so O for read, L for log. Reopen your Notepad++. Open the log. Go down to the bottom entry, and as you can, just for people's peace of mind, I'll save it as a blank and I'll do it again. Some people will be like, no, that's from before. So this is the brand new log that I have just made just now. 1850, 190 miles an hour, and 0.9 brake force. So that car is successfully edited. Now, if you want to edit just a modified car, it is exactly the same thing. You just need to locate the actual car data, and the way the DLC works, if it's an add-on car, it'll go into update 64 DLC pack. Let's just say, for argument's sake, you've got the 370Z, going to 370Z DLC again into the 64 into date. Oh crap! No, sorry, 1 second. No, no, sorry, wrong one. Into common data, and then it's in here. The handling for this particular car is in there. The vehicles file is also in here as well. Sometimes when you get an add-on, you have a handling slip of text and also a vehicle slip of text, and that's where you get the handling there and level and the vehicles one there. So again, all you need to do instead of dragging over the big handling file for the entire cars in the game, or the majority of them, should I say, you just drag over this one, and you just, whatever I've just spoke about, you just do the exact same thing, apart from you would move the files respectively to their directory. But anyway, I won't waffle on anymore. Hopefully this has been useful to you. If there's anything that you want me to look at and cover, I am actually getting right into a bit of modding on GTA 5. Quite like it. It's quite fun. So if there's anything you want me to look at, people haven't done a tutorial on it or worked it out or explained it to a good level, just give us a message, a nudge. I'll leave something so you can get a hold of me. And yeah, just leave some comments. Actually, that'd probably be better if you just leave some comments, just requesting something, and I'll do it. Thanks for watching anyway.